pleased to present for your consideration.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Jabberbox Podcast, episode 20. I'm one of your hosts, Andy Bond, and with me today is a good friend, Josh Murillo, who will be sitting in for Dan this week. What's up, Josh?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
If you're joining in for the very first time, then you should know that this is a show about the two of us as we ramble on through pop culture topics, such as, but not limited to, games, movies, shows, and whatever else you want to jabber about. You can get the show over on youtube.com/dandydigital or over on Spotify and iTunes by searching Jabberbox and hitting that subscribe button. If you like what you hear and want to be part of the show, head on over to patreon.com/dandydigital. Little housekeeping is this week. We are missing Dan, as stated before. He should be back next week, and then we'll go from there. In the meantime, we have Josh. Josh, how the hell are you, man?
I am doing pretty good, man. Just chilling. I'm, like I said, I'm visiting my mom. Life is good overall. Not too much drawing. I know I probably should be being like, oh, I got videos everywhere, but no.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of video gaming videos. So that's really cool. It's a new thing.
Awesome. So Tell us a little bit more about that. Let's get people to know you.
People that know me. I've just been gaming, recording, again, getting into the whole thing, mostly kind of by accident. But I met some pretty cool people through Twitch. Shout out Dwayne Raven and Link, that have been really awesome with footage and just jokes and just kind of turning it into a whole new thing than just me gaming by myself. You know what I mean? It's different when you have to come up with jokes by yourself, and it's like you don't know if they fall flat till you put it and you find a dislike on your video. You know what I mean? But it's cool, man. I dig it.
Yeah, that's awesome. There's going to be people that hate on everything, regardless if they actually like it or not. You know, they want to knock you down a peg or two for no reason.
Yeah, it happens, though. At least it's in there. It's getting into the algorithm.
Yeah, right. So what kind of games are you streaming?
No streaming right now. I've thought about it because we have pretty decent internet connection. But right now, I'm playing Escape from Tarkov every once in a while. Have you heard of it?
Yes. Yeah, I've actually seen one of your videos for it. So you're recording it and then putting it up?
Yeah, I record it and then edit it later. I think it's easier like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case we say something on accident or it's just junk for an hour, you know what I mean? Which happens a lot. It's cool because I'll have like a joke game, right? A joke game to edit, and then we'll have like a more serious game to edit. And it's just easier to edit the joke game sometimes.
Right.
You know?
It seems like a lot more fun too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's less under pressure, I guess, depending on the game. You know what I mean? It all depends if you make it out. If you die, there's no footage. It's kind of like that. It's pretty cool, though.
Cool, man. So what are you up to these days? Anything popping up? Anything, other than the gaming stuff?
That's about it, man. Just editing, working, just trying to stay focused, really. Trying to not keep a bunch of stuff on my plate. It's pretty cool, though, man. My favorite thing is just meeting like the extra new people that I've been meeting over the last month. Just hanging out a lot online, networking, I guess. Is the way it would be, right?
Right.
Really cool people, though.
Nice. So Halloween was this past weekend, or as of this recording, because we're recording on a Monday. So it was yesterday. Did you do anything for Halloween?
I wish I did. I hung out with some friends. I came here, hang out with some family. But no, I did not dress up.
No.
Did not dress up this year. I was Boba Fett for 2 years straight, I think. 2 or 3 years straight, same costume. I'm like, I need to retire this.
Not yet, man. So, did you see, getting a little ahead of the curve a little bit, you see the trailer for Boba Fett?
No, I have not.
So they dropped the trailer for the new show that's going to be coming out this year. So
Okay.
check that out, man. It looks really dope. So apparently he's going back to Tatooine and he's going to be taking over as like a gangster lord, but not quite as ruthless as Jabba the Hutt because he's in his palace.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yeah, man,
Movie?
It looks really cool.
Movie or show?
It'll be the show on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay. I actually really like the show. I did not finish season 2, but for being a show dude, I'm impressed with some of these shows nowadays. They're pretty good.
You should finish season 2. That like the best part. So season 1 was good, right? And it had a lot of misses for me. Season 2 was more solid. It had I think 2 episodes I wasn't really a fan of, but the ending, the ending was really solid. So you should go back and make sure you finish that because it's nice. I don't, obviously Boba Fett shows up. I'm sure you've seen that, but after what he does in the season 2 of Mandalorian, he's gonna he has his own spin-off show now, so that's gonna be really neat.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to finish it then. Yeah, it was good. I like Kara's character too.
Yeah,
she's pretty badass.
It was cool. So Mary and I went to the Talking Stick Casino, like the resort, the casino in Scottsdale.
Oh shoot!
So we did the Halloween party there. So she was dressed as a scantily clad Wonder Woman. So she took her Wonder Woman outfit. She had the skirt and the boots and everything like that. And then we went and picked up like a lace.
She just ripped it up.
Kind of. Well, we took the top. The top was all lace. So we went and picked up like at Castle Megas.
Oh yeah.
So we got one of those.
Good place for lace.
Yeah, she put on some pasties underneath there, and we went out there. And I did the lame outfit of just wearing like the black shirt with the red Superman logo. So I was Superboy. So I just wore a t-shirt and jeans and boots.
Okay, yeah.
So I had a pretty basic ass outfit, but I've already picked out my costume for next year, and that's going to cost me a little bit. So I'm going to start picking it up piece by piece, starting January. So I'm going to do a Wolverine. Yeah, I'm going to be...
Wolverine. I thought I was going to say you're going to be a stormtrooper. You're going to buy piece by piece.
No, yeah, so I found this really badass, like, armor style Wolverine mask.
Nice.
That looks very similar to the comic book. It's the yellow and the black. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll get like a motorcycle, leather jacket that's going to be the yellow and black too. So it'll kind of match with that, and then I'll wear like black jeans and boots and get the claws. So it'll be like my own
OG Logan.
Yeah, kind of. So it'll be similar to what you see in like X-Men Origins almost, but more comic booky. I'm very excited about it. So I've already, I've decided it. I found it, and I'm gonna start pulling the trigger on getting that piece by piece.
You're gonna get like a leather jacket that you could use, like a casual jacket.
Yeah, the one that will look nice. Taking it out. If I want to go out to a nice restaurant, a nicer restaurant, I guess, not, and do it that way and just wear like on an everyday thing. So it's going to look cool. I'm not too worried about that one. I have a couple in mind that I saw and that I have bookmarked, and it'll just be whatever is available at the time that I decide to pull the trigger on that.
And you just need to get the claw implants.
Yeah. I'm working on it. I got to get the metallic bones or the robotic limbs, that will have the claws. I'm going to make it look real.
They're going to inject you pretty soon.
Yeah. So
Quick 6 month process.
I already have time off from work. I talked my insurance into covering half of it, and I signed a waiver in case I die.
Yeah, you stay away from magnets and shit for sure.
Yeah. So I can't go through TSA at the airport.
No, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
No, that sucks.
You have to blunt them so they look like butter knives.
Let me get that for you. Yeah, man. So that's what I've been up to. And that's what I did. So that's pretty much it, man. Have you been heading into the gaming a little bit? Oh, and I just want to announce to everybody that I'm not doing the Crumble Cookie ratings. last week. I didn't do it this week. Without Dan here, we're building it up. We're still eating the cookies and we're putting down like notes and such. So when he comes back next week, we'll probably have a long opening for cookies so we can get through to that. So just as a FYI to everybody who likes to hear about us talk about cookies.
Do you eat them like in a certain way, like that ice cream dude, where he puts the ice cream in it and go, and then he spits it out? You do that with the cookies?
No, because I'm a fatty bad man. I cut it in half, or not. So we cut it in quarters, and I'll eat a quarter at a time. But sometimes I want to eat like 3 of the cookies, so I have essentially 3/4 of a cookie.
That's
and
it.
I'll look at it, and then I smell it, and then I look at Mary, and she's looking at me like I'm crazy, and then I just like shove my hand all the way into my mouth, so I don't even taste the cookie. I just put it all in there, and then I stare at her very uncomfortably while I do so.
Yeah. While you chew.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. If it fits in your mouth, just put it in there. The whole thing.
Yeah.
What's the point?
And then I make some noises, like.
Yeah.
If
Not
the TV's on
noises.
Yeah. Yeah. So with your streaming your games, what other games are you playing? What other games are you looking forward to?
I'm a $5 bin game guy, so I miss out on a lot of new games. I didn't play Skyrim till it was like 8 years old.
Hey, you're just in time because they're doing an anniversary edition coming out in like the next week.
Oh, God.
It's never gonna get old for that one.
Yeah, I probably won't buy it. But what else am I playing besides Escape from Tarkov? The joke game that we've been kind of playing is we sometimes play Rust and No More Room in Hell. It's a free game on Steam. It's like a zombie game, like kind of like Left 4 Dead, but like slower paced.
Yeah.
Just find a key, get out, escape and stuff, or wave. And dude, Back 4 Blood is pretty badass. I know.
It's not my type of game normally because of the zombies, but I have heard a lot of good things about it.
You don't like zombie games in general, right?
It depends on what it is. I'm not one to play spooky games because I'm a chicken shit. But
same. Same.
I think the last real zombie game I played that wasn't the like Telltale game was Zombie Apocalypse on the 360.
Zombie Apocalypse. I don't know what that is.
So that one was like a top-down twin-stick shooter, essentially. So you went through 12 levels of just constant waves of zombies. So like think of Diablo almost, but instead of doing a dungeon crawler, they just give you an objective and you're going through like the streets and wiping out all kinds of zombies.
Oh, nice.
So I like that the arcade style to that, like I don't want to be scared. I just want to, shoot shit sometimes.
Oh, yeah, you might like it then. I mean, if you didn't like Left 4 Dead, you probably won't like Back 4 Blood. It's pretty much the same game.
I'll check into it. I mean, honestly, I never played Left 4 Dead just because it didn't seem like the type of game for me. But I honestly never gave it a fair shake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not scary. Just to run through levels with your buddies. It's pretty cool, though. They added some weird, cool attachment system that you could attach scopes and stuff to your guns now. So it's they souped it up. I dig it.
Nice. I mean, it is on Game Pass, so I can give it a shot without having to spend $60 or $40, whatever the price is for it. So I might do it. I mean, what's the point of having Game Pass if I'm not going to jump in and try some of these games, So
I just got it. I just got like a 3-month pass or a year pass from my buddy. But I still haven't played it. That's like the only game that I've actually tried on there. Yeah.
Are you an Xbox guy or are you primarily playing on PC?
Primarily PC. I think my PlayStation 4 is in my closet.
So are you going to be picking up Halo and Forza? Because those are coming to Game Pass as well.
Halo looks for Halo probably for
Yeah.
old time sake, old shooting, punching people.
Right.
So much, dude. I think the last one I played was Reach. It was a long time ago, like over 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you ended on the best one so far.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
I mean, Reach has always been my favorite one, and granted, I haven't played 4 or 5, but I just like those types of stories for Reach. Spoiler alert, where they obliterate you. Like that's the story, like every character dies. I like that kind of stuff. So I think that's why like Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core is my favorite one.
You like when main characters die?
Yeah.
I dig it too, dude.
Yeah, it is. There's something
kill
about
me
it
already. Yeah.
It's like, and at the same, like, I don't mind them dying. In the case of like Final Fantasy, at the end, have you played Crisis Core for the PSP? So at the end, if you've played Final Fantasy VII at all, this character is supposed to die because Cloud essentially takes up the mantle that Zack Fair was. But at the end of Crisis Core, you are betrayed by the entire corporation that you work for. So when you come out of like a cave, after the last boss battle, you have the entire army on the ridge. All their guns are pointed at you. They have helicopters. They have tanks. Like they are ready to take you out. And there's no way for you to win that battle. But I spent like an hour or an hour and a half fighting them because if they were going to kill me, they were going to have to earn that fight. I was like, Zack is my favorite character. I'm not going to let him die just because he, that's what he's supposed to do. I was like, you're going to like in my canon, in my head, he went with a fight, So I really liked him, and it sucks that he had to die, but that is that's how I did it. Yeah, exactly. I was like, that is like a memory I'll always have of that game. It's like I made sure that I stood my ground, and it's kind of like in Halo. You do the big fight, and you're in the firefight, and they drop the missiles down on you to glass the entire planet. So I like that kind of stuff.
Crisis Core was like a spin-off off of Final Fantasy, right? Something like that?
It was a prequel.
Okay, so it wasn't the Final Fantasy remake that we talked about, a few days or some time ago.
Yeah, Okay. So you had Final Fantasy VII proper, and then they did a couple spin-offs. Crisis Core was the prequel, so it followed Zack and Sephiroth and how Sephiroth became a villain, essentially. And then they did Dirge of Cerberus, which was Vincent's spinoff for the PlayStation 2. So it was after, I think it was kind of like his whole like downfall from being one of the goons into like his vampire status, and then a little bit after 7. So they did a couple games that just kind of branched out and explored the lore of the series.
None of the Final Fantasy games are connected, really, huh?
Not really.
I only played 7 on PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Right? I got to the space saucer and I got lost. It was like 5 discs.
Yeah. 4.
5 discs. 4? Holy shit. Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah. It was. Or 3 or 4, something like that. I can't remember. But it's a good game. If you play Remake, I recommend it. But I think eventually at that point, like you can just wait for the other parts to come out.
Yeah.
And play it all at once. But yeah, I like my characters when they're taken out. There's a dark.
It gives me yeah, for sure. It gives me what is it? Game of Thrones vibes. I think that's what I loved the most about Game of Thrones is everybody that I love was gonna die, and I kind of dug it. Like I was waiting for Tyrion to die.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted him to die,
right?
Just so that it would leave some kind of impact on me. Just somebody just kick him right out the window like a foosball,
But instead, they kicked everybody to the wayside. Instead, like those characters that meant to have those redemption arcs, like Jaime, he should have survived the end. I think it would have been better for him to have turned into this character, and he should have killed Cersei, and he probably his brother, Tyrion. Like Tyrion could have died then, and then Jaime was left kind of by himself without his sister and his brother and all his kids. That would have been
her with the nub and take her out before the ceiling falls on them.
Yeah,
they really rushed it.
They did, and it was kind of bullshit. I think the directors went to go do it for a Star Wars movie, and then that Star Wars movie didn't do well either. So
didn't trust them, or they did do it.
They did
direct it. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
So like they rushed Game of Thrones to go do Star Wars, and then you fucked up Game of Thrones, and then you fucked up Star Wars. So like that's like a serious black mark on your career now.
Two franchises, two giant franchises.
So you fucked it up because you were greedy.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, man.
Nobody's gonna buy their merch from that.
Yeah, exactly.
From the worst movie.
Yeah, and as it is, I think it also damages Game of Thrones a little bit because they're doing that. They're doing those spinoffs for like.
That is right, dude. That's right.
Like, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I'm going to be interested in it. So,
I did see a trailer. It's the Fire Girl. What's her name?
It's Daenerys.
It's a spin-off of her show, right? Yeah.
Well, it's her bloodline, so it's like her grandfather or great grandfather or something like that. I don't know.
Do you think they'll ever get the impact that they did with the first run?
I don't think so.
Because it was, dude. Ahmad at our last job. I think it was like 2-3 seasons in, and I had not seen it up until that point. And he's like, dude, you have to watch this. And we watched it all at work, and I was hooked. I was like, holy shit, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they'll ever do it again. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, so they're going to be doing House of the Dragon is what they're calling it. And that should be coming out next year sometime. But I don't know. I think the way they ended the first Game of Thrones, a lot of people are and I don't want to say wary, but they're cautiously optimistic about how it's going to be. And if it does turn out to be like the original Game of Thrones, it'll be a slow burn into it.
Yeah.
So
they have to get me to care about all these characters again.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
I tried listening to the books. They're actually, once you've seen the show and you could listen to the books because you have the image in your head already.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, it's good.
I haven't done that yet. I want him to finish the books before I put the time into it. Because I know that they're big. And there's a lot of them. And he still has 2 more to do. But like, if you're not going to finish your story because of you being distracted by writing a video game script or writing other stories, instead of finishing your main story, then I don't want to like put all that time in to not get an ending.
Yeah.
I
didn't know he was that far into it. I thought he just had one more book.
I thought it was one more book too until I looked it up earlier this year, and apparently it's 2 books. So,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Better not die before it's done. Holy fuck.
Yeah. And that's what people are talking about. And that is a legitimate worry, as shitty as it sounds. Don't die before you finish this thing. But at the same time, it's like you've now made this thing into such a pop culture phenomenon. You have to finish your books because this is now your legacy. Do you want your legacy to be a rushed book or not finished, just like your show? And then that's going to suck a little bit, Yeah. But I don't know.
That's all we got at the end, man, is our work, our legacy.
Exactly. Have you seen any of the Dark Picture anthology games from Supermassive?
I don't think so.
Have you heard of like Until Dawn?
Oh, yeah.
So it's the same company and they did their whole thing. So Until Dawn was their own story, and then they started doing these anthology games, which are super neat. So, like, you could pull out your PS4 and play. I don't know if it's on PC. I don't think so. But Mary and I have been playing. We just finished up Little Hope, which is the second entry, because the third one, House of Ashes, just came out, and we ran through that one too. And they're awesome games. They're essentially, like I said, like Until Dawn. So they're story based. They all have their different stories. So the first one was Man of Medan.
Like a movie, right?
Do what?
They play like movies. Is that the game I'm thinking of? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So
I know what game you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like one of those Telltale games, right? Where it's like I don't want to say a walking simulator, but it looks just like that, only much more realistic as opposed to like the cell shading. So we played through Little Hope. Little Hope was essentially you following this group around this like essentially abandoned town. And you find out that this town has been cursed by a witch, and you're kind of figuring out the history of it. So it's kind of like, think of like the Salem witch trials, right?
Yeah.
But it's in this town. So the people that you're playing were cursed in their other lives, and they keep dying in weird ways. So you see them as during the witch trials, you know, they're being blamed for being witches, or they're being cursed by a witch because they're kind of dicks, you know, essentially. And after they die,
somebody wrong.
Yeah. So after they die, they come back. So then, like, you see them in the 70s or 60s, 70s, and they're like a family. And then eventually they all burn down. They all burn in a house fire. And then now you play them in modern day. So you're getting like two different lives, two backstories for these characters that in the main game that you're playing have no relation other than like they're students in like a college course, and they were on a field trip and they got caught, like their bus crashed near Little Hope. So
I love those. I've never played Until Dawn, but I thought about it. It was like $20. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, man. They're neat, and these games go on sale frequently, and you know they're normally $30, so they drop them down to like $10 or so. It's definitely worth a playthrough for sure.
Yeah, they kind of remind me of what was that game? I just fucked up my grid. Oh, there it is. Heavy Rain is what it is. Heavy Rain, yep. And that new game, Detroit.
Yeah,
not the best games, but super impressed with like the it's like a movie.
Yeah, the storytelling is great.
Yeah,
they're a lot of fun. Mary and I play. So the Dark Picture Anthology, you can play either by yourself, and you control the characters, or you can do movie mode. So it's like if you have people over and you're sitting on the couch, and you kind of just like play for a little bit, and then it'll tell you to switch the controller for somebody because you're going to play a different character. So you can do something like that. Cool. Or you can play online in a shared mode. Mary and I do this. It's a 2-player co-op that way. So she's on her PlayStation 4 downstairs, and I'll play upstairs on my PS5. Oh, and nice. We get control of certain characters. So when they split up, we're playing 2 different parts. So we're sitting there making jokes, cool. And we're trying to figure out what's happening. And a lot of the times, I think in like Man of Medan, the first one when we played it, it's because they scare us. These are the spooky games that I like to play because they got a lot of the jump scares. There was one where I thought I was being chased by this weird demon, so I started stabbing it. And then I found out that I had been poisoned somehow, so I was hallucinating. And I actually stabbed Mary. I was killing her character. So she sees me like a normal person. She's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I see this crazy like goblin thing, and I'm just like stabbing, like the guy's freaking out. So, and that's a choice that I could have ran, or I could have confronted the creature and kill it. And I decided to stand my ground and kill it, which killed her character. So it shapes the story that way, which is really fucking neat. You know?
Yeah, dude, you stand your ground for an hour.
I took her down pretty quick. You didn't take an hour on that one.
She's confused.
Right. So we were playing House of Ashes. House of Ashes, the new one that just came out, was essentially you take control of Marines in the Afghanistan war, and you're in Iraq.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find Saddam Hussein's bunkers, and their satellites pointed at something. That's why you go to this area. There's like a mini firefight that you have with the soldiers there, and then the ground collapse. It like opens up, and then you fall in, and you're in this weird temple, and you have to try to figure out like what's down there. What like, there's a whole story of just weird creatures that are in there, and you have to try to survive. And people are getting like picked off one by one and shit like that. It's really cool. Yeah, like I said,
nightmare, dude, is to meet some creature that can't see in a pit.
Yeah,
that's how it ends.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you could kill all your characters in this one, which makes it a dark, poetic ending for me.
Yeah. What happens if all your characters die? The game ends, or just
yeah?
How many characters?
It depends on the game. So I think Man of Medan, and like Until Dawn and Little Hope, they all had about 6 characters. I think Dark Picture or the House of Ashes had 7 or 8 characters. Okay. It's what they started off with, and you could fuck it up pretty easily in the beginning and kill off 1 or 2, and then throughout the game you could choose like incorrect things, because they make these choices when people say something. You can either choose an answer that is more like thoughtful, or you can choose answers that are more like heart-based, like more emotional.
Yeah.
And that could affect how your relationship goes with either character, and either they can help you or don't help you throughout the later on in the story.
Your charm level's got to be up if they want to help you.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck. Oh, that sounds fun, dude. I'll have to give those one of a try one of these.
Yeah, man.
One of these days.
So I do recommend them. That's what I've been playing. I also checked. I've been playing on the Switch a lot recently, and they did the the expansion pass, which includes the Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games, with the SNES and NES games. So I know that the N64 games were having some weird like input lag and frame rate issues, but I haven't played enough of those to kind of jump into there. I'll be able to talk about that more next week. But like, I played Mario Kart. I didn't feel anything different.
64, right?
Yeah, Mario Kart 64.
Classic.
Yeah. They have Ocarina of Time. I want to jump in there, but I really want the N64 controllers, and I still haven't been able to pick that up because they're sold out at the moment. So I think
those limited edition N64 Bluetooth.
I hope they're not limited edition. I hope they're just sold out.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
I was able to get the Sega Genesis controller. That's being shipped. That should be arriving within the next week. And then I'll jump in because I want to play Castlevania Bloodlines.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Sonic and Echo and shit like that. So I'm digging that.
The Dolphin game?
Yeah.
I never play it, but every time I hear people say it's good. I'm like, I don't know. It's a dolphin.
It's a dolphin that fights like weird creatures, and then I think eventually goes to space.
Make sure it didn't happen, dude. I don't believe it.
You know what I really want them to put on the Sega Genesis collection is Booger Man. Have you ever played that?
No.
So you
like
play
Toe
this
Jam and
guy.
Earl?
Do what?
Is it like Toe Jam and Earl?
Kind of. So it's completely just disgusting. You play this like fat balding guy that wants to be a superhero, and he flicks boogers at people as his weapon, and then he can have like atomic farts. It's very 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very 90s, I was going to say.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Ren and Stimpy.
It reminds me of that, or
I love a 90s fart.
Like Earthworm Jim. shit like that. So you collect, like in most like platformers, you collect coins. Like Mario, you collect coins. This one, you can collect plungers. And like instead
It's gotta
of
be poop related, and booger related.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. But I played the shit out of it. It was given to me by a buddy. Like he didn't
Nice.
want it, so then I played it. I played a lot of it.
That's
like,
good
give
old
me-
90s fart, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
Give me Battletoads. Give me, all that shit.
Battletoads remake.
Yeah. I haven't played that one, but
Oh, I don't think there is one, but
there is.
I remember that meme or that joke where people were calling GameStops to request Battletoads.
Yeah. I worked at GameStop when they were doing shit like that.
Oh shit! Nice.
Which was funny because I think they made Battletoads twice.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So I could be wrong. They just recently made one, but I thought that they did one earlier. So when people called, they're like, "Hey, do you have Battletoads?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah." No. I would turn around. I was like, "Yeah, we got like 3 in stock. If you want one, I can put one on hold for you." And then they would ask like, "Well, what's the price?" I was like, "It's $19.99. It's used, obviously." And so like, I think that's what got people to stop calling our store is because we would start saying, "Yes, we have it." And it would confuse them.
Like, oh, this is a joke. I'm sorry. Wasn't supposed to go this far.
Yeah, I was like, all right, well, have a good day, and just hang up. So
that's cool.
Yeah, man.
Must have been nice. You're probably on the thread while it was happening.
Yeah, just typing in like, yeah, call this store. they got him.
dox your own store. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. So anyway, the 64 games are pretty neat. I do want to get a couple. I hope that they update them more frequently than they have been with the NES game and the SNES games. So if you ever get a
Is it
Switch,
like an emulator?
Yeah,
I got one of those Sega Genesis collection packs on Steam, and it had Kid Chameleon, which is dope. What else did I have? Streets of Rage 1 through 3.
Oh, nice.
A bunch of them. But I think they're emulators. It's like an emulator version of it, so it plays a little funky.
Yeah.
But good times, dude. I love those collections. If they pump out more of those, I'd buy them.
I hope so. I mean, they've been doing it. They slowed down a lot for the SNES and the NES versions, but and I know I've talked about this before on a previous episode, but for the 64, they have Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox, Yoshi's Story, Ocarina of Time, was it Winback, Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario, and Sin and Punishment. So
lineup. Star Fox is dope.
Yeah, which is fun. I've only played it a little bit, so I'm excited to jump into it. And then
I could never get past like the 3rd level as a kid.
Yeah, it's because we're terrible as kids. I'll give it a shot.
I feel like I was better then.
Yeah.
Something about it. I don't know.
But for like the Sega Genesis, I want to jump in and play Rystar. That's supposed to be a really good Sega Genesis game. They do have Streets of Rage 2 on there. And then like Golden Axe, Echo, Shinobi.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Shinobi's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of those old games are really cool. Just because they're so simple. But oh my god, they make me rage though.
Yeah, especially Shinobi.
Oh yeah.
Or Ninja Gaiden, It's like,
yeah.
Fuck you, man. I don't understand like certain games that I played as a kid, why I didn't quit playing games because of them.
Yeah, dude. You remember Aladdin on Sega Genesis or N64 and Lion King?
Yeah.
I beat those as a kid. And they're considered like one of the most broken, hardest games. Yeah, and what was it Mickey Mania?
I haven't played
also which is also like a super broken hard game. So for some reason, I beat them as a kid. I can't do that now.
Right. I know that they just came out with those on the Sega Genesis collection. Like it was like a 2-pack. It had Aladdin and Lion King on there.
I think they're pretty fun, but they're hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Good time.
I found like with a lot of these older games, is they have that rewind feature, which I abused.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like
lifesaver.
Like with Mario, I'm terrible at Mario games. I always have been. You know what I mean? So there's times where I'll play it, and if I make a dumbass mistake and I get hit by a Goomba, I'll just hit the buttons and reverse it 10 seconds and try again, and so I actually beat Mario 3 finally because of that. Otherwise, that was never going to happen for me.
They added that rewind forward thing to like old DOS games. I was playing Duke Nukem, and they put it in there.
That's awesome.
It's weird. It's a weird feature, but it is pretty cool. It makes me feel like I'm cheating.
Yeah, but I don't care. Mary busts my balls about it when she sees me doing it. Because she's actually really good at Mario. So, and she's relentless.
Oh shit, man.
But
you can't let her see that, man.
Like, fuck you, go to sleep. That's all right, man. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much all that I've been playing. That's all that's in the news for gaming at the moment. I know that they did a PlayStation State of Play, but there wasn't really anything to talk about other than the new Star Ocean coming out. But
there was one PS5 game. I don't have a PS5, but there was one PS5 game that looked cool. I'll look it up real quick.
Just in general, or on the State of Play?
Returnal looks pretty cool.
That game is fucking hard.
It looks hard, but it looks fucking cool though. It
does look cool. Like, it is a very beautiful looking game, and it controls well. I will give it that. The controls are very responsive. But I just get my ass handed to me. And I know that they just updated the game so you can do like a save state. Let me see.
It reminds me of like a futuristic Dark Souls.
That's exactly what it is.
And I never played Dark Souls, but I played Bloodborne, which is kind of Dark Souls.
Yeah. I was, because I'm not a roguelike type player, but it looked
what
really.
What does that mean?
So roguelikes are like, it's Bloodborne or I guess it's a Souls-like even then. So like, you're essentially like, here's your character. You're going to die 1,000 times. It's meant to be punishing and kill you, so you can try to figure out patterns. But I mean, I couldn't get past the first boss on there. It was just so fucking ridiculous how powerful that character is. And even if I had there's like a little moon man. He looks like, the MTV moon man, you can pick that up, which gives you an extra life. So if he kills, if anything kills you, you get popped right back up where you're at instead of restarting.
Yeah.
He wiped me out every fucking time. And then when that happens, you can't just go find your body. You start off with a fresh character, essentially. So you have to go around, and once you die, the levels change. So you can't just okay, let me run through. I know the pathway to get there and try again. It completely changes the level. So when you're trying to run through it, you're playing like a brand new game almost every time that you die.
Yeah, that sucks. That sounds kind of rough.
Yeah.
It's like a permadeath kind of, almost.
Yeah, exactly. And the game, I like how they set it up to where they, you've seen the trailer where she dies all the time. So they play that as part of the story, which is really cool. And it looks beautiful, man. But it is a ruthless bitch.
So you and Mary like story-based games? Have you tried Plague Tale Innocence?
Yes, actually.
Dude.
Mary doesn't want to play it. She watched me play it, and it just like grossed her out. I actually played it on the PS5. I really like it, and they're making
it's really good. Yeah, I'm excited. The intro to that game made me fucking tear up, dude.
Yeah,
something about that game is just so makes me feel low.
Yeah, it's not a feel.
If you have like siblings and stuff, it's like I want to protect my little brother. But it is good.
Yeah,
it is really good. Same with what is it, Hellblade?
I don't know if you've played yet.
I haven't either. I played just the intro just to test out how good my computer could run it. It looks really good. I haven't gotten around to it though.
That's on Game Pass too, I think. So which is
I
downloaded it. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. But yeah, Plague Tale. That's one of those games where I played it, and I would do a couple levels. I was trying to play like 1 or 2 levels at a time, and after I was done, I just walk into the room and I just sit there, and I just looked at Mary and I was like, "This game is not a feel good game. Like I don't feel happy, playing this. Like it's fun." But it's not fun.
It's like I just murdered a pig. I just murdered a pig with rats. I didn't want to do it.
Or even the soldiers. Like I know that they're the enemies, but it's brutal when it's I get their attention and they start walking at me, and then I snuff out their lanterns, so like I just a mountain of rats. Just doom them.
That was the coolest thing.
Yeah, and you like walk over there. I'd walk over there with a torch so they would spread away, and then you just see them their skeleton laying there.
Yeah, it's good though, man, and it's a short game too.
Yeah, it didn't take very long at all. I thought about doing like a double trophy thing on the PlayStation and playing the PS4 version, and I should have done that first. So then I could just move the save over and get the platinum on the PS5 version. But I was like, I want to play on the PS5. So I did that. I was like, oh, this should be an easy trophy list. And then after I played, I was like, I don't want to play this. Like, I think it's one of those games that I would recommend people playing. If you like that kind of stuff, if you like dark stories, but it's not a game that I want to go back and play again.
Yeah, I tried to go back and play it again a few months ago, and I got a little past the intro where they kill my mom, or it looks like they killed my mom.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to play this anymore.
Yeah.
It's just too dark.
Yeah, it really is. I'll play the sequel because I do like the game enough to want to see more of the story. But yeah, that's
the rats are what got me in the trailer.
Yeah.
How they rendered all the rats. It was cool.
I actually dreamt about that shit. It
was like The Shining.
Yeah. It unnerved me. And I would wake up in the middle of the night. I think I did that once. I was like, okay, maybe I should take like 2 days off from playing that game before I do it again.
Did you leave Mary's shins bruised? Yeah. You kicking rats?
Yeah. Or
Get off me.
I blame it on like her going to the gym and how she got the bruises on her legs, but it was probably me trying to escape.
She said, "You woke up saying something was in your hair."
I was trying. I thought you were a rat, So,
okay, man.
So what have you been watching? Have you been checking out any TV shows, any movies, anything coming up, anything cool?
Nothing too much, except I just started watching Ozark again. I finished the first season about a year ago when it came out, and I just started watching Ozark again. Second season, I don't know what episode. What is it? Yeah, it's really good. I don't know if you know anything about it.
Yeah, we're caught up.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
It's good, dude.
It's I don't want to say it's a Breaking Bad level show, but it's close.
Potential?
Yeah.
I've never seen Breaking Bad, man. Or how do I say it? I saw the first season of Breaking Bad before people started rolling in on it, and then I started the second season, and I never went. Like I just never caught up. But yeah, it's definitely on my list. I've stayed away from everything. Like I know I know he's bad. I know his wife finds out. I know like basic stuff, but I don't know who dies. I don't know if they fix his son, give him new legs. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
whatever. I'm sure they do.
I recommend that show for sure. So after you do Ozark, jump into that. And when you go back to watching Breaking Bad, Walter White, look at his sister-in-law. You know, like the.
I've been.
Well, if you look at like her house, everything is decked out in purple, and she wears purple all the time. It was just something that I noticed when watching that show. I was like, man, I would fucking hate living in that house. Everything's purple. The whole kitchen is super purple and all that. So I know it was a very conscious character choice for that, but it's.
But did it represent anything?
No, it was just something that
like his oracle.
Catch your eye. Don't worry about the vase, man.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna be good. I'll watch it. I'll give it a try. I already know that I'll like it. I just have to dedicate 200 hours to it.
Yeah. But that's cool that you're watching Ozark, man. Have you watched all of it at all, or you just do this first season?
First season all the way through it. I'm about maybe 3 or 4 episodes into the second. And I think they're only like 10 episodes a season, right? They're not bad.
Yeah, and there's only
like that, by
3
the way.
seasons.
I love it. Yeah, only 3.
So now.
I like short seasons.
Yeah.
I hate it when they're too long. Speaking of long ones, the other thing I'm watching is on and off. I've been watching Twin Peaks. I think I mentioned it before.
Yeah.
An old 90s show. It's I forgot who directed it. I should know this. But it's just kind of one of those weird 90s sitcoms, super cheesy, but also really bizarre. It's about a murder. They find a girl on a beach that lived in the town, and they're trying to find out who the fuck killed her. And it's a bunch of weird, bizarre things happening in the town.
Yeah.
Old 90s stuff with super cheesy music too, by the way, which is embarrassing because I feel like everybody could hear it through the walls. It's like, like super 90s cheesy sitcom, like not sitcom, but like drama, porn music.
That's awesome. And then they'll never know. So when you actually play your cheesy porn, they'll think you're either jerking it like always or watching Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Or both.
At the same time. It's I'm very big on porn parodies. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
I have to see the characters and other things first.
Right? Have you watched Breaking Bad? Nope, but I've watched Bad Breaking.
Yeah.
The porn parody. So I know what happens. They get fucked a lot, right?
Yeah. Breaking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's cool, man. You'll have to let me know what you think of Ozark when it's finished up. So I think next year they're doing part 1 of season 4. And then they'll be wrapping it up with, part 2. Like that's going to completely finish the story. Which is another thing, like with what you said with the shorter episode count. I like shorter seasons.
Yeah.
Like, for a series. So I don't mind that a TV show only goes 2 or 3 seasons or 4 seasons. As long as they get an ending, I'm good. It's like Castlevania. Did you watch that on Netflix?
No.
Yeah, put that. You watch anime, right?
Yes and no. I watch what people recommend, but I'm not like, I don't watch random. Like, I'm not on Crunchyroll,
Yeah.
Like I've seen Akira. I know Guyver.
Did you play Castlevania? Are you familiar with the series at all?
Old school on Genesis, yeah.
Okay.
With the whip. Symphony of the Night, I think, was the one I played.
All right, so if you played Symphony of the Night, then you're perfect for this because you'll know, like, Alucard is in it and shit like that. So, like, it does nice setup and it's an awesome series, and it's only 4 seasons. The first season was only 4 episodes, So You could breeze through that pretty much in a day or so.
And it's an anime?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Dude, they usually do like 30 episodes a season for anime.
Well, it's a Netflix original, so you're like they did 4 episodes on the season 1 to test it, and then it did really well. So then they did, I think, 8 episodes for season 2 and onward.
Oh, nice.
So, and they're only a half hour each.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 20 minutes or whatever. So I recommend that one. It's really good, and you could breeze through it in no time.
Yeah, you're gonna have to write some of these down. I need to make time. Anime, I love, but it's because there's so many, and I don't know. I feel like if there's so many, there's a lot of hit or misses.
Yeah.
So I don't usually commit. But I did start watching with the mod Evangelion.
Yep.
Dude, I don't know why I didn't watch it before. I love robots and monsters.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's a good one. You know, then you have like the top rated ones like Full Metal Alchemist and Cowboy Bebop. You know.
Cowboy Bebop is good, yeah. I started that.
Yeah.
Also while we were working.
So yeah, and I'd watch out for a mod though. He does recommend some where those can be sometimes hit or miss.
What did he recommend to you?
He tried to get me to watch this tennis one.
Wow, that sounds bad already.
Yeah, but they had like certain powers. Like, did you ever watch Shaolin Soccer?
Sure they do. It's anime. Well, let me turn on the lights real quick. I don't want to be in the dark. I'm listening though. Go for it.
Did you ever see Shaolin Soccer?
No.
Shaolin Soccer is Dragon Ball Z with soccer. So, like, that's what I mean when they have power. So this tennis anime that he would recommend, one character would hit the tennis ball with his racket, and it would go around the net as opposed to over it, and then it'd catch fire, shit like that. So
NBA Jam, the movie.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of them were just like, I don't want to watch this, man.
Did you even like basketball? Do you even like tennis in real life?
No.
Basketball in real life? Yeah, me neither.
No, not
I'll
really.
watch it if I'm drunk and there's enough people cheering on one team, then I'll go.
Yeah.
Bandwagoner for real.
And I'll watch it if it's on TV and I'm at the bar. But I don't know anything about it, so I don't know the rules. I don't know who's playing. I could pick up the concept of it while playing. But so that's all I'm saying is just, he will recommend certain shows, and you can just look at it and know if it's for you or not. I mean, but he's done some that were really good, and then some I'm just like, no thanks, man. Like, I'm gonna pass.
Bleach was really good. That's one of the ones that I actually watched.
Bleach was, but they didn't finish it.
I didn't watch it all. We blasted through some of the like important arcs, and we skipped all the filler. So we just
That's good.
It was really good though.
Yeah, they ended on a filler, or not a filler, but they ended on an arc right before the main final one, and then they're just like, we're not going to do it anymore.
Oh, they just quit.
Yeah. All right. Well, fuck you guys then. That's that sucks. So, but like I said,
Bankai D's nuts.
Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist, are really good for like full anime. And then Devilman, Crybaby Devilman, Crybaby Devil. What the fuck's it called? Yeah, it's another Netflix one.
Devilman's old as fuck.
Yeah, but they did a sequel for Netflix.
Oh, okay. I think I did see that. They're the new Netflix shows. They're adding like some 3D anime thing. I don't know how to feel about it. It's good in some, but it's weird.
Yeah, it depends on how you do it. I will say though, man, when you watch Devilman Crybaby, which is the sequel,
That's a dumb name, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Don't watch it around family because it's very gory and very sexualized. I was watching that at the gym. Like, I put it on my phone and I'm on the treadmill running, and then you see like the main character. He's wearing super tight jeans, and then he's being like really gross. And then they put an angle on it, so you see like a raging cock through his pants, like Yeah, I was
Jesus.
like, and then I see a lady next to me on the treadmill, and she like looks over, and I was like, okay, it's time for me to turn this off. I can't,
Yeah.
I can't watch this on the treadmill
I
here.
can't get hard while running. You gotta
I was
stop
like,
it for it.
of all the places, there's a whole row of treadmills. Like this lady, this Karen-looking lady, jumps on the one next to me, and then decides to be nosy and look at my phone, and she's like, what the fuck is this guy watching?
Yeah, he's like, he started sweating before he got on this thing. Yeah, your sweat's extra profuse. I heard from YouTube is people who like watch that kind of stuff before a workout will give them like an extra few reps or something like that, because something about their testosterone, and I don't know if it's true. I have to test it out. We'll see. I'll watch Debbie Does Dallas before I do pull-ups or something.
Then yeah, let us know, and I'll report back to everybody.
Yeah. I'll
we'll
measure the pump.
We'll put that on the internet for everybody.
It's always weird when there's like sexual stuff in the anime when you're not expecting it.
Yeah, it really was, because like based on what I hadn't seen the original. I didn't know there was one before this, so I just thought it was essentially like one character.
Like 90s.
Yeah,
right?
One character was infused with the devil, and he goes against a character that was angelic. So that's kind of what I went with, without anything new or anything knowing for that anime, and it that I was like, okay, I'll watch that one at home.
That's good, dude. Holy shit.
But I have been watching. I watched Dune.
Fuck.
Have you seen it?
I want to see it so bad. I haven't wanted to see a movie in a long time except Dune, and I don't really even know anything about it. I think I just like sandworms and shit.
Yeah.
I just like tremors. If there's a giant tremors in it, dude, I'm all in for Dune.
Get HBO Max, man. You could stream it at home.
Oh, it's not the same though, huh?
I prefer it that way, honestly. Like, I don't care about going into the movie theaters anymore because I have a 4K TV and a surround sound system, So I close the blackout curtains, and yeah, exactly. Like I've set it up at home because of the pandemic that I don't have to go into the theater anymore.
Oh, that's cool.
So unless you force me, and then I still won't go to the theater. I'll go to the drive-in.
I've never been to the drive-in. Drive-in looks cool. There's a theater right around the corner, so I was thinking about catching Dune.
It's good. It's a slow burn for this one because they set it up. They set it up into 2 movies. They just announced that they're going to be doing part 2, so they'll be working on that one. But I liked part 1. Now, granted, I haven't seen the original Dune, and I haven't read the books. So
I heard the first one is a shit show.
I heard it wasn't bad.
Oh, okay. I heard it was bad.
I don't know. That's on HBO as well, so I'm gonna probably give that a watch just so I'm aware. And if it's interesting, I like Dune and I like the idea of it. I might read the books. I might put that on my list. But it's a slow burn, and it's gonna be a hit or miss. But if you like, what you like, the sandworms or anything like that, I think you'll enjoy the movie.
Kevin Bacon's in it.
Yes, he is the sandworm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They cast him as a sandworm.
So
you've done this before, dude.
Yeah.
I was never a worm, though.
It's what's the saying? You die. I don't know what's the whole superhero thing, like what Batman says.
Live long enough to see yourself become the worm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is.
It's a giant worm butthole that pops up in Dune. You'll see it. You'll know what I'm talking about.
I think that was one of my favorite things about Return of the Jedi is the fact that they had a giant fucking pit worm thing.
Yeah. The Sarlacc pit. That was your. After that, you're like, all right, let's go. I've already seen what I came here for.
It's long and deep in the ground. I'm in.
It's a weird thing to be into, but I like it. Good for you.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know where it started. I think I was like buried in the sand as a kid and got some
that's
fetish.
how I'm gonna
of it.
get you into watching certain things. I'm like, man, watch Castlevania. There's a giant sandworm in there, and you're like, all right, let's do it.
I love Beetlejuice. You know, I love all that stuff.
You know, I just watched that yesterday. So I watched that in Sleepy Hollow for Halloween, and I didn't realize
Dude.
how crude it was.
Yeah, the honking.
Yeah. Well, it's not
I
even.
used to do that as a kid. They told me not to. I'm like, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it's so I looked it up. It's a PG movie, right? So everybody can watch it. And then there was one, I forget, you know, like when the Beetlejuice first met the couple that died, and they're trying to discuss what they're looking to do, and he turns around and he does like the jerk off motion.
Yeah.
Like I had never picked up on that before. And then he's like, when he's yelling at him before the honking, he's like, yeah, you know, fucking great model, honk honk. I was like, you know, so I was like, man, for some reason I didn't think you could say like fuck in a PG movie. Like a lot of things as a kid, I should probably go back and rewatch just to catch a lot of that stuff now. You know,
All
and
the
then
dirty jokes.
yeah, like it's all and the innuendo. It's like obviously the whorehouse. I understood what that was. You know what I mean? Where he goes into the
whorehouse.
Yeah, like he says that he was gonna spend time, you know, like blowing off steam or whatever, and then like
in the little
pops up. Yeah,
I remember now. They catch him in a robe, right? When they talk to him later, he's in a robe.
Mm-hmm.
I remember now. So that was the first time you saw it?
No, I mean I've seen it before, but that was like the first time that I actually was watching for other reasons. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you watch a TV show over and over again, you stop paying attention to what's in front of you and you start looking at everybody in the background.
Yeah.
It was just small things, you know, that I was just picking up on that I'm sure I've picked up on it before, but you know, when you're having a discussion about it with people, it's more fresh.
My favorite Batman, dude. Beetlejuice is my favorite Batman.
It's Val Kilmer. Should be your favorite one.
I don't know.
It's
I
Michael
don't know
Keaton.
about they gave him nipples, right?
Yeah, but so they did the same thing with George Clooney, and then they gave him a cock piece that was silver.
Ooh.
So
Shiny, dude.
You know, not to go off on that tangent, but I thought Val Kilmer was a fine Batman. You know what I mean? He was.
I think maybe I just didn't like the movie, but I do like Val Kilmer.
The movie as a whole had some issues. It's just like I like Ben Affleck as Batman, or I like the idea of Ben Affleck as Batman because I haven't actually seen him as Batman.
Twilight Batman.
We'll see. I'm holding reservations on that movie. I think he could play a good Bruce Wayne. I don't know how I feel about him as Batman.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It's like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. I thought Tobey Maguire was not the greatest Spider-Man, but he played a nice Peter Parker.
Yeah, I agree.
And the opposite of Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield played a terrible Peter Parker, but he played a spectacular Spider-Man, pun intended, you know. And then I thought Tom Holland was the best one. You know, he knew how to be a dorky Peter Parker and a dorky Spider-Man.
Yeah, the other guy was just too good looking to be Peter Parker.
Yeah, he was like he was still like that cool kid, you know, like that. You're still like a weirdo that likes photography, you know what I mean? But you're still cool enough that you're not getting your ass kicked. Like, you know, you're not a sweater vest wearing Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So I think
you look at him and you're like, I'd fuck you. You can't be Peter Parker.
Right.
If I'd fuck you. You can't be Peter Parker.
Right. And then now we have the new Spider-Man where it's like, your Aunt May's. Yes. You know.
Aunt May's hot, right? She's young.
It's like, what kind of... I like the MCU, you know. They have the, they have the nice Aunt May.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
They just need to put Ben in that bitch. Uncle Ben. Rip.
He's
Ben.
always without a shirt, or he has a button-up shirt that's always open.
Yeah. He's yeah.
Or he's always in the backyard working on something, so he's wearing like tight jeans and, you know, hammering like wood.
Those sweet Levi's.
Yep. So all the
Yeah.
ladies. So like when we take everybody to go see Spider-Man, all the ladies like, yeah, I really like this. That's like a Magic Mike, Uncle Ben.
Magic Mike, yeah. The worn leather version.
Yeah.
You also mentioned the other movie, Sleepy Hollow. You've seen that before, right?
Yeah.
Dude, Sleepy Hollow is one of my favorite. Like, I mean, is it considered a Halloween movie? Probably.
Yeah.
But
there's a jack-o'-lantern in the movie.
That's true. He throws it at bitches. It's just rude. I love that movie though, just because it's like, aside from it being Tim Burton, but it's like the first time you see blood, and like the dude kills a kid. It's like, oh shit, this isn't for kids.
Yeah. It's an underrated Halloween movie, I think. Most people go for their top movies like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street or even Halloween, but then there's a lot that gets pushed off to the side. I think Sleepy Hollow is one of them that people forget about.
Yeah. I think because he doesn't fall into those like classic.
Yeah, it's not quite a slasher or anything like that. That's true. I actually always liked the Headless Horseman. I always thought it was a cool idea.
I was watching that the movies that made us on Netflix about Halloween last night.
Yeah, what you think?
Pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't know that it was a cast from Captain Kirk's face.
Yeah,
this is how they made the mask.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I had heard about that, and then when they brought that episode out, I was like, okay, let's see if Hollywood's a fucking liar. Like cool. It could have been one of those things where it was urban legend. You know what I mean? But I like that one a lot. Have you watched any of the other ones?
No, I just watched that one. I watched the Toys That Made Us, so that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Do you watch all of them, or do you just like cherry pick?
I usually watch them all.
Yeah.
I actually really like that stuff. Like, behind the scenes stuff.
Like I told people, I was like, the Barbie one was really fucking neat, because of when Barbie was coming out as a toy, it was a man's world in the business, but the guy's wife, the guy's wife was such like a cutthroat bitch, and she knew what she wanted to do. So she created this whole thing, and then she put her husband up to like, do this, say this, let's get this going. I was like, that's crazy. That was such a cool episode to watch. And I think a lot of people, they don't get to see that. Either they don't like to watch it, or they are like, oh, it's Barbie, I don't care about that. But it's like, you should, like, it's awesome to see that kind of stuff come to light,
It's like it's an industry thing more than it is just like a Barbie thing, It's like, after that, that's how they started selling dolls.
Yeah. And
all
like
G.I. Joe and all that stuff.
Came to that. Like that's how they, made those male action figures,
I had those, those are cool.
So
I had that up. I had some up until like 8th grade, I think. Now that I think about it, it's embarrassing.
Yeah. Dude, if you could see this room, I have shit like that all over the place. I'm 36.
Did you play with them though?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're cool. My soldiers.
It does, like you have to play with it a little bit before you put it on like your shelf.
Take it out of the box a little.
Yeah, take it out of the box. I've done that. I do that shit with Legos. It's fun. Like I'll sit there if I'm making a starship. I make the noises. As I'm building it. I go right into kid mode, and I don't give a shit. Like if you can't enjoy things, then you're gonna. That's when you start getting old. It's not when you start getting gray in your beard. It's when you start thinking there's no joy in life.
Yeah, for sure.
But back to what you were saying, like the movies that made us was a really good show. I think you'll like it if you watch it. Like the RoboCop one was really cool, and
that's the one I wanted to watch next for sure.
Yeah.
I love RoboCop, dude.
We did Aliens was awesome.
The Aliens is another one, yeah.
So like you're gonna have a good time watching that one. Like we would actually watch it with dinner. Is
there a Chucky episode?
There's not, but they could do Chucky. That. They could do that for like next year when they do the
I
Halloween.
like OG Chucky. I don't know anything about the new Chuckies, with his girlfriend, but I like Chucky 1 and 2, Child's Play 1 and 2.
Have you watched the Chucky show at all?
The show?
Yeah, they just came out with it this year. There's only one season. There's 4 episodes. It's a sci-fi show, but I'm not like a horror type person, but I've been paying attention to the reviews, and it's getting like 8s and 9s and stuff like that. So that people are really liking it.
Oh wow. Oh, interesting. Okay, it literally just came out then. 2 weeks ago. Okay. Oh shit! Is it gonna be like a teen comedy or a teen thing?
I don't know.
It's alright, dude.
It does look like if you look at the poster.
All right, I'll check it out. I like Chucky.
But, yeah, if you like it, I mean, like I said, people are getting good reviews. That's not anything that I could back because I haven't seen it. So take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for the new Lightyear?
I have not actually. I didn't know if I should have watched it before. If you wanted to watch it.
We don't do the live reaction stuff,
that's fine.
But
I saw some clips of it, but I didn't see the whole trailer.
It's cool. I'm excited for it. Like
Buzz looks real. He looks different.
So I looked into that a little bit, right? So Buzz Lightyear as the toy was based off the TV show, or it was based off like a cartoon, right?
Oh, okay.
So if you think about it, the toy that we see in Toy Story was based off the anime. This is going to be like the science fiction, real in-world movie that they could do. So you know how they did like Ghostbusters and then the real Ghostbusters? That's I think what they're doing. Lightyear is going to be Ghostbusters, and then whatever they called it in Toy Story, that is the real Ghostbusters, and that's where the toy came from.
Okay, so they're not totally different people then.
Right.
It's like the story of the toy and then the story of a man.
Of the man.
The legend.
Yeah. It looks neat. And so people are going back and forth. I've been seeing this where, Toy Story is meant for toys, yada, yada. But it looks neat, man. Like, check it out. There's a lot of things that they're bringing up that were kind of like Easter eggs in the Toy Story movies.
Yeah, I'd rather. I don't know if I could watch another Toy Story. I can't watch toys being dumped over and over again.
No. Yeah. Sad. I'll just go and watch Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers is underrated.
It really is. I saw that shit in theater, and that theater was empty. I think I was one of maybe 4 people as a kid that was watching that movie.
Dude, I loved it. It was 98 or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know. I think I just have a love for like the little animatronic movements. Like even in like for Chucky example, you see that in like Toy Soldiers or whatever, Small Soldiers. It was fucking cool.
I think I just like the idea of toys coming to life. You know what I mean?
You need one of those special Indian in the cupboard cupboards.
That's actually what I was just going to say. Did you ever watch that shit? Like, that blew my mind.
I love it.
I wish I had that. You know what I mean?
I watched it recently, like
really?
86 months ago. Yeah.
It's on my wish list for Amazon, so I'm gonna buy it because I'm going through. I'm trying to buy like a bunch of movies digital. I just bought The Last Action Hero. It's just like
Arnold.
Yeah.
The Arnold movie.
Yep.
Oh shit.
So I'm trying to go back and recapture my childhood for that kind of shit.
Oh, okay, cool.
And that way, like if I ever go on vacation, I can just take the Fire Stick and then I have all my movies there.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't remember liking The Last Action Hero, but it is old.
Give it a rewatch, man. You never know.
You'll
seen find it like a different appreciation as an adult now.
You saw it recently, or you were gonna watch it recently?
No, I just bought it. On Amazon, but I haven't put it on yet.
Oh man. Mary's gonna love it.
I know. It'll probably be one of those ones I just watch on my own. She's probably
5 minutes in, she's gonna walk off.
Yeah, she's like, I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah, Arnold isn't as cool as he is in other movies as he is in that one.
I mean, that we wouldn't have had Predator if we didn't have Last Action Hero. Even true. If it came out after.
That's true. That's true,
yeah.
Man.
Like, that's what he was meant for that movie. All these other movies were just him climbing the ladder.
All the commando ladders.
Yeah.
I've actually been seeing a lot of Arnold lately because I've been looking up workout stuff. So naturally, there's like old pumping iron footage. But I mentioned this to Ahmad only because I had to. But I came across a bunch of like old Gen Z Arnold memes. Have you seen anything like that?
No.
It's like pumping music, and it's like scenes of him like flexing, and it's like super homoerotic and awesome. And I was talking to another friend asking me how the workout was going. So I told him, I'm coming across all this Gen Z shit, and I sent him the clip, and I went back to work and I forgot to unselect something else, and I pasted it into one of our alerts, and I couldn't delete it. I was like, oh fuck. And then I had to tell my boss. It was pretty embarrassing. He never responded though, so I think we're okay. I don't know what that means.
He just took care of it. He's like, I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to know. It's a lot of skin. I'll send you the clip later, and you're gonna be like, "Oh God."
Cool, man.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, you'll have to make sure you send it to me tonight so I can check it out.
Oh yeah, dude.
But all right, well, I think that's about it for this episode of Jabberbox, ladies and gentlemen. That has been episode 20. Josh, where can people find you?
They could find me at www.facingphobos.com or just anything facing Phobos, basically.
That's Phobos, Phobes.
Yeah, FACINGPHOBOS.
OS.
A little long, but yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
I've been pretty much facing Phobos on everything. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
It was good talk, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's been this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget that we post each and every week about whatever it is we want to talk about. If you like that, please join us over on patreon.com/dandydigital, where you can write in and be part of the show and get the episodes early. If you have no bucks to toss our way, that is just dandy. Please find us and subscribe to us on YouTube or any of the podcast services and rate us to help us grow the show into something bigger and better. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.